Welcome to our 5 on 5. We're joined by Senator Jeff Merkley. Senator, thank you for being here.
Oh, so good to be with you, Natalie.
Thank you. Well, let's get right to the questions. You support a Medicare for all bill, and it actually hasn't been getting too much support by everyone in your own party. How is that going to pass in a Republican Congress and with a Republican president?
Well, for a completely new bill, it has an amazing number of sponsors. 17 sponsors signed up on the first day. And this bill is about asking the core question: how can our healthcare system be more efficient in how it uses dollars, and how can we eliminate the stress of the enormous complexity of our multiple systems that we have now? Medicare, Medicaid, on-exchange, off-exchange, self-insurance, workers' comp, children's health insurance plan. This is a gauntlet that ordinary citizens go, why should it be this hard? And it causes sometimes for folks to end up having an injury and illness without insurance when they're between plans, and I think it's well worth the conversation.
When it comes to tax reform, what elements are most important to you?
Well, the most important element is to make our tax system fair for working people, and certainly the simplicity of this enormously complicated system. Maybe there's something in common with healthcare there, just how extraordinarily complex it has become.
Okay. When it comes to the elements of tax reform, are there any Republican-backed elements that would force you to walk away from a bill?
Well, currently there is no Republican plan. The president is holding cheerleading sessions, saying get it done, get it done, get it done, but he hasn't actually provided a plan yet. So once he has a plan, let's have that conversation.
Okay. What are your thoughts on President Trump's discussion with Democrats over DACA?
Well, it was very clear that the president, although he campaigned on eliminating DACA, this is the program that allows children who came here as babies, as small young ones, who often know no other country, to be able to stay here. And they are now young adults. They become productive parts of our community. Many of them are going to college. Many of them are working. This program, this Dreamers program, is one that, although the president campaigned against it, he really wanted to continue it because he understands the fundamental injustice of sending these children home, and he also understands what productive part of our society they are. So he did reach out to make a deal to continue this program. We have to get that deal through Congress and onto his desk, and that will be the challenge.
Okay, Senator, thank you. We're going to take a quick break. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We're joined by Senator Jeff Merkley. Senator, this wildfire season has impacted tourism here in Oregon a lot. What can be done about this? What can you do for us?
Well, I tell you, the first most important thing was to get funding to continue uninterrupted the firefighting. I was able to do that last week, and we won't end up with any fire borrowing where we shut down other parts of the Forest Service. That's important because some of what the Forest Service does is work to make the forest more resilient, to get rid of, if you will, the fuel load that can otherwise cause worse fires in the future. So you want to continue that work and continue the planning for the normal strategies of timber cuts. But we have to think really seriously about how we amplify that work. Clearly, we aren't coming close to investing what we need to make our forests sufficiently fire resistant. And that's going to take a lot of federal resources. It's going to be a real challenge.
Mm-hmm. When it comes to tourism specifically, do you think there's something that can help us when we're dealing with this smoke?
I'll tell you this: 2 years in a row now, we're seeing a big impact on the Shakespeare Festival, a big impact on people visiting the Oregon caves, and they will now anticipate that this might happen, and that could hurt next year and the year after. The only answer is we have to figure out how to stop these fires from being such horrific, raging disasters, and that's going to take a lot of cooperation and a significant investment.
Okay, you were in Asia recently. You took a trip to South Korea. What do you see, going on in these deals and with the tension that North Korea is presenting right now?
Yes, I was on the border of South Korea and North Korea, actually inside North Korea, inside one of the negotiating buildings, which is a very strange feeling to cross over that border, and then on the border in Dandong, China, which is the main connection, and China is the main supporter of the economy of North Korea. And what it comes down to is that our military leverage is modest because they have the ability, North Korea, to destroy Seoul, a broader population of 25 million people. And in addition, they already have nuclear warheads. Our economic leverage is significant in partnership with China, but China is very reluctant to use that leverage. So we really have to find a way to apply that leverage to end the program of testing of nuclear warheads and missiles. This is a threat to the entire world. The UN is working together. They just did new sanctions last week, but we have to go a lot further.
All right. Senator, thank you so
Oh,
much.
you're so
Thanks
welcome.
for being here.
Great to be with you.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.